Hello, motherfuckers, and welcome to the Plam Chowder podcast.
Uno, dos, tres. We are live. This is Plam Chowder coming out with some hot content. Season 2.
Season 2.
Episode 6.
Real quick. I want to just go ahead and just start this shit off.
What were you doing 5 minutes before we started this podcast?
I was on the phone. I was also pooping. I wanted to talk about this game I like to play at work. When we actually were in the office. Now it's a little bit easier to play this game, but before I used to like to play, can I finish this dump before this meeting starts? It's like Russian roulette. You never know. Like, you have 10 minutes before a meeting.
Oh my God.
And, usually, most of the time, I will make it, no problem. But then every now and then, you get that one little, you prairie dogging it, and you just know. You know when you sit down, you're like, I lost this round. I'm going to be late to this fucking meeting. And everybody's going to know that I was taking a shit. Because what else would I be doing? It's a small workspace. Yeah. So now that we have Zoom and all these cool tools, I could, just turn the camera off and mute myself. But it's still very risky, mate. Still very risky because if they need you to participate and answer a question, usually they like you to be on cam.
Wait, so you gotta paint the picture for me. So you're on your MacBook when you're doing this?
Yes.
Oh, so you bring it into the Oval Office?
Yes.
Oh my God, that is risky business.
You can, you might be able to play it off if you just point the camera, upwards. They can't really tell you're on the shitter, but it's a risky maneuver. I don't like to play this game.
Oh man. This is my favorite saying when it comes to shitting in the workplace. My boss makes $1 and I make a dime. That's why I poop on company time.
Seriously.
How much time do you think goes into pooping, at work?
I think
If
when
you were to calculate it all.
So 5 years ago, when I worked at T-Mobile with John, I think they had to create some new rule because we would spend so much time shitting. They had to talk to us about it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, dude. They're like, hey, you guys go to the bathroom a lot, and we gotta hurry it up, you guys.
Oh, what?
Because, dude, okay, number one, John would spend literally an hour in the shitter, and he would do this 3 or 4 times a day.
Half his shift just shitting.
Yeah. I wouldn't do it like that. My strategy was take a lot of little 15, 20 minute, little spurts.
Little spurts.
But more volume. More volume.
Okay.
Spend the same amount of time throughout the day. Spread it out.
Wow. I'm going to call you guys the shit bandits, bro. The shit bandits.
They probably paid me so much money to just sit there and fuck around on Reddit on my phone and poop. Which
I think a lot of offices are catching on to this, and that's why, at least in the UK, they're making toilets that are slightly slanted. That makes you uncomfortable after, I think, 5 or 10 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, it makes you uncomfortable to sit on.
Wow,
they're onto us, bro.
Inhumane.
Because it's one of those unspoken rules. You can't. They're not gonna say you can't shit at work, but I think there's an agreement. 20 minutes tops. After that.
Yeah. Now you're just fucking around.
Yeah.
I agree.
You might be listening and be like, "Yo, that's you guys are time thieves, time bandits." I'm like, all right. We used to work with someone that literally would take the first stall and jack off. So
this is true.
So we're not doing any we're over here trying to poop. There was a dude that used to take his 15-minute break and jack off in the first stall.
And
everybody
he got caught on video one time
on Snapchat.
There was a guy in the stall next to him, and he was filming like the floor of the next, like you could see like the shadow. And that spread through the office like fucking fire, man.
Yeah.
And to this day, I still don't know if that guy knew that everybody knew.
Like, everybody knew. And no one said shit to that guy.
I would see him sometimes going into the bathroom and he'd be like coming out or washing his hands or something. And I would just start laughing, dude. I couldn't control it.
That guy was a special character. It was terrible, man.
See our nudes on our Instagram at Plam Chowder.
I don't know what fucking day it is anymore.
Yes. I agree. It's all become a blob.
It's getting really bad. Like I've gotten to the point where I'm like, oh, okay, this is a fucking problem. Because it'd be cool if, like I didn't actually have to still do a job. Mm-hmm. But I do. So it's been this weird thing where I sort of feel like I'm on like this weird vacation and I gotta work, but like it's kind of whatever, and I don't know. You know what I mean?
I feel like you're on the honor system right now.
Yeah. But I'm not really disciplining myself or like holding myself hella accountable like I would be as if I was in an office. So I've decided that I'm gonna just I have to be super structured with this now.
Okay.
Because bro, the other day I was literally hitting a hookah while I was on a meeting with a bunch of people, and then I had to present, and like then when other people are talking, I like turn my cam off and I start hitting my hookah and I'm like drinking a fucking White Claw and shit, and like and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like I would never ever be able to do this in an office. Picture that. I'd get fucking canned.
Yeah. Imagine you guys are all in a long conference table.
And I walk in.
And you walk in with your hookah.
And a White Claw.
And a White Claw. Not even set up the hookah. Like you're setting it up as everyone's presenting. You're like putting the nipple in your mouth and you're like trying to get the charcoals going. And everyone's just like, what are you doing,
This guy's talking about like his Q2 business plan and shit. And I'm like, yeah, go on, mate.
Don't mind me. Don't mind me. You're all like drinking your White Claw and shit.
Do you know, like, I'd be fired, instantly fired. And what the hell makes this any different just because, we're not physically...
They can't see you. Well, they can see you, but they can't see beneath your shirt. All right, can I ask you this? Are you wearing boxers or shorts, or are you actually wearing pants during these, like, meetings?
Most of the time I'm wearing, like, just a t-shirt or, like, a long sleeve shirt and some shorts, to be honest.
Okay.
This kind of became a problem, too. So, I had to interview somebody, like, 2 weeks ago when we sort of first started the quarantine shit. And I put on a button-up shirt, like a really nice button-up shirt. No fucking pants. No fucking shorts, mate. Just boxers. Just boxers and a really nice button-up. And so, like, on cam, it's like, wow, this guy's super professional. Taking it so seriously.
If you only knew.
Yeah, and I'm, like, sitting in my boxers. Which, another reason, dude, like, imagine if you came into an interview at a company, some guy walks in with no fucking pants on. You're not working for that company. You're like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you?
No, flip it the other way. What if the guy that is interviewing you is not wearing any pants? What would you do?
No, that's what I'm saying. What if that guy had no pants on?
Yeah.
Because it was a video conference. Maybe we both had no pants on.
Maybe everyone's just like doing it and like nobody knows.
Maybe no one's wearing pants.
All right. I want to challenge everybody on their next conference meeting. Join us in this movement of not wearing pants.
You are listening to the Plam Chowder podcast, brought to you by our sponsor, MeUndies.com.
Grocery stores are now like the most dangerous place to be in, I feel like. Just because like you're in an environment where there's a lot of fucking people, and for some reason they're not controlling it. I think they need to control it, man. I think there needs to be like X amount of people in a store at any given time. Mm-hmm. And right now it's like a free for all. You can still have like hundreds of people in a grocery store shopping, and I mean, I feel like that's kind of defeating the whole purpose of this like lockdown and quarantine.
It's trippy. I just went to the store like an hour ago, and they have like tape on the ground that's 6 feet apart when they're standing in line, but people kind of don't really follow the rules.
Of course not.
They're just like maybe 2 feet back or whatever. And I was standing in line. I hear a girl like coughing at the front of the line.
Oh, fuck that.
Like coughing, not just kind of like a clearing your throat. Like coughing.
Oh.
And dude, you could just look at everybody's faces and they're just kind of like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like it's so scary right now, man.
Oh,
man. And then you're hyper aware of everything you're doing. So when you're paying for your stuff and you got to like type in your PIN code, dude, it's so scary pressing those 4 buttons. You're like boop 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 boop, and you're like, fuck, dude, this might kill me.
Let's talk about your lottery dreams, bro.
Yeah, lottery dreams. I have lottery. So when I used to like be in the office, I'd always find myself spacing out and just daydreaming. Do you ever do that?
Oh, always.
Right, but I always daydream about the same shit. It's always the exact same scenario.
Oh, wow.
And I always ask people, what they would do in this situation. But here's the scenario. You wake up for work one day. You open your door. You walk outside your door. You trip. You trip over a big-ass duffel bag. And you're like, what the fuck? What is this shit? And you open up this bag. It's just full of cash. Just fucking full of Benjis, dude. And okay, so number one, what do you do right away, right? Like, what goes through your head? What's like the first thing you do, right? And then number two, well, I guess number two I actually comes after number one, because I ask people this all the time, and some people are like, "Oh, just call the cops and report it," and I'm like,
"Wow."
I'm like, dude, you live a boring life.
You are a fucking loser.
I'm like, wow, you're cool. And I've thought about this so much. So, what I would do, I'd immediately, number one, put it in my house, and then take 10 minutes to just comprehend what the fuck's going on. I'd go through the money, make sure it's like real money and stuff, and then, okay, how did this get here? Don't care. I might get killed. Whatever. It's like a few $1 million, right? Immediately, like cancel all my social media accounts, like Instagram, fucking Snapchat, everything that I'm on. LinkedIn.
Shit.
I'm done, son. Like, I'm a ghost, right? I call my job. Hey, guys, I'm sick. Because I don't know what's up yet, I don't know.
Right.
I'm sick today. I'm not coming in. Okay, get better. Okay, thank you.
All right.
Okay. I get on Craigslist. What? And, hold on.
Oh my god, keep going. This is gold, Jerry. This is gold.
I get on Craigslist. I start looking for like just shitty apartments in LA. Close enough where I can drive there. Far enough to where I'm not fucking here if someone comes back for their like $10 million or whatever and tries to kill me. Cause this shit's gone, B. This is mine now. So get on Craigslist, find an apartment, call the landlord. Do you guys accept cash payment for your deposit? And nothing crazy. No like penthouse. Nothing like that, bro. Fuck, like just, something very cheap. They're like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, hey, I don't want a credit check. I don't want any of that. I'll pay 6 months rent up front, cash. Can we do it? Cool. Drive down to LA with whatever belongings I want to bring. Get to the apartment. This is now my little place now for the time being until I launder this money. All right. I create a bunch of bullshit businesses. And by that, I mean like massage shops, mattress stores,
Mattress store.
like probably like a Mexican supermarket or something.
Basically, what's already like right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the laundering schemes.
All the Mi Pueblos,
Maybe-
all the fucking mattress stores.
Like a landscaping company.
We know what the fuck you guys are doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Like these mattress stores. No one ever goes in there and they're just always open.
And you notice like there's always a mattress store within a mattress. Like they're like across the street from each other. Like they're rarely within close proximity.
Okay. For the time being, for the next like month or two, first of all, people are gonna start wondering where I am. I don't have a phone number no more. I canceled all my shit.
Okay.
Like I tell one or two people. I probably call you.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey man,
You don't even have to explain it. You just like the code word and be like, all right, that's it.
yeah, lottery dream is all I'm saying. Okay. I start laundering this money for the next 6 months to maybe a year. Okay. Now here's when you know that my plan is going a-okay. All right.
Okay.
You're gonna see me on the news.
Okay.
And the story's just gonna be, or maybe not even on the news, maybe like on Reddit or Twitter or something. I'm gonna be walking down Market Street with 10 monkeys, all dressed like me, wearing the same shit I'm wearing, and it's going to be fucking a button-up shirt, a down vest, some khakis, some wingtip shoes, AirPods. All my monkeys got AirPods. They're all rocking AirPods. I'm rocking AirPods. We're all rocking Gucci frames. Gucci frames. I have a Bluetooth speaker.
Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah, a Bluetooth
They
speaker.
got AirPods. Why do you need a? Why do you need
We're not even listening to music on the AirPods. We're using the Bluetooth speaker. It's just for the clout, man. And I'm walking down the street slapping "I Get Money" by 50 Cent on loop. I get money. I get money. Me and 10 monkeys
Oh my god.
all following me like my gang. It's my own monkey gang.
Dude, 10 monkeys.
10 monkeys, exactly 10 monkeys.
That's too many monkeys, bro. That's a walking zoo at that point.
Yeah. And then people are going to be like, let me pet your monkeys. And I'm going to be like, don't touch my fucking monkeys. These are my employees. And so, obviously, people are going to be like, what the fuck? And they're going to like whip out their phones and start recording it, tweeting it and putting it on Instagram and shit. I'm going to do that every fucking day at exactly 12 p.m. every single day for at least like a month. And then I just disappear. Yeah.
Dude, monkeys.
That's my dream.
Oh man, dude, I just like I can picture it. I can just picture just like matching like you like suits and shit and just walking down just hey.
This is the shit I think about while I'm at work. And not only that, but my job would just be to just do random shit all day. Like I'd walk to a mall with like a butler following me. Like the Monopoly guy. The guy? No, I'd be dressed like the Monopoly guy. And I would just walk up to people and be like, hey, give me 5 push-ups and like I'll give you $1,000. And they're like, what? I'm like, you heard me. Give me 5 push-ups and I'll give you $1,000. And I'm like, okay, here. And then I'd pay people to do random shit like pick your nose and eat it. And I'll give you like 10 grand.
Oh man, dude. I've lost count of how many times I've heard you with the monkeys, but it makes me.
That's my dream, bro.
It-
The Tiger King.
Which was a great segue into people owning exotic pets.
Yeah, look, the Tiger King, he loved tigers. I love monkeys, dude. I've loved monkeys forever since I was a little kid. My first stuffed animal, and I still have it, by the way.
No way.
Yeah, I still have this monkey, and his name was Changuito.
Oh, wow.
My first stuffed animal, I loved this fucking monkey.
I did not know this.
It was a monkey, and I have it in my room still. I got it when I was like 1 years old.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude, and ever since like a little kid, I've always wanted a monkey.
Oh, what?
Dude, yeah.
Oh, dude, it's destiny at that point. I didn't know that.
I don't care how much a monkey costs. I will own a monkey one day.
Dude, wow. Yeah, it's gonna happen then. I didn't know it was like that. That's for sure gonna happen.
He's gonna have his own little monkey outfits, little monkey hats. We're gonna dress the same, and I want one of those monkeys that like he can like play accordion.
Are we talking like chimpanzee, or we're talking like mini monkey, like one of those smaller monkeys? Because I feel like a chimpanzee would like rip your dick off.
No, no, I want bigger monkeys, like little chimps.
Really?
Little chimps, yeah.
Oh man, because I know there's like
If they turn on me, I deserved it. You know what I mean? One day, you haven't heard from me for a while. My monkeys killed me.
Talking about exotic animals and the type of people that own exotic animals. Can we agree that the first time we saw Tiger King on Netflix, at least like the trailer and like the previews were like, this looks super fucking stupid, and I kept like ignoring it.
Yeah.
I didn't click on it the first time I saw it. I was like, this is stupid. I'm not gonna watch this.
Who told me to watch it? Was it you? You did.
I'm pretty sure I told you. Yeah.
So, I just had it playing in the background.
Uh-huh.
And I was kind of like halfway paying attention or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, dude, what the fuck is going on here? Like, it started getting hella crazy, right?
Yeah.
Then I started paying attention.
Yeah.
And it just took a wild turn.
Oh, dude, it's a roller coaster of a fucking series. And like, it's so good when like a husband getting murdered is like not even like the main focus. Like, there's just so much shit going on, and I can't believe it's real.
Well, when they started talking about like how the dude had like 3 husbands,
Oh yeah,
and they were straight guys.
and none of them were gay.
Wait, what?
Well, I mean,
did I
he
miss
was
that
gay,
part?
he was gay,
Right.
but the other guys weren't.
Yeah, which is like what?
Yeah, but he had them hooked on like meth, and like that's how like.
It's. I suggest everybody out there watch it.
So it's like how addicting is meth to the point where you're willing to marry someone and be gay? Like, god damn! Like, is it that good of a drug that you literally will fucking take it up the ass and get married to like someone that's like as old as your mom, bro? Like, the mom got interviewed after. She's like, yeah, he was like older than me.
That must be some really good shit. See,
God
that's why,
damn.
dude. That is why. No matter what, I would never, ever try meth because that shit must be so fucking amazing
Right.
that you will do that.
Like, there's no better campaign for what was that, safe or aware? What was the drug? What was the slogan back when we were in school? It was like dare. If I was a kid in like 4th or 3rd grade, or if I was like trying to scare like kids into doing meth, I would just show them that clip. Like, yo, you do meth, you're gonna marry a fucking hillbilly that has a mullet, and you're gonna be working on a tiger farm, and you're gonna take it up the ass if you do meth.
Oh my god, dude! I didn't know. Fuck, I didn't know that part. I must have missed that part.
Oh yeah, my bad. I finished the series. You haven't finished it
no,
yet.
but thank
yeah.
you for telling me that.
Yeah, dude, it's a wild ride, and I suggest everybody watch it. But this whole series only confirms what I've been saying for years, and you've been saying it for years. Fuck cats, and cat people are weird.
I don't like cats.
Yeah.
I fucking hate cats.
Yeah. And cat people are weird.
Cat people are very weird.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm not gonna go as far as to say I don't like cat people, but there's something wrong with cat people.
I think there's like a certain characteristics when it comes to people that own cats.
Yes, see, this is why I don't get it. Okay, I always thought cats just didn't like me. Because when they come up to you and you like try to pet them or whatever, they're like, "No, don't pet me, unless I let you pet me."
Yeah.
That's how it's always been with me and cats.
Yeah.
And I just assumed that everybody that actually owned cats, like, it was way different. Like, maybe the cats are friendlier to them. Maybe the cats let them pet them whenever they want.
Right.
No, dude. That's just how all cats are.
Yeah.
And people are just cool with that.
Yeah.
Why? Fuck that. Like, this cat's a little asshole. All little cats are assholes, dude.
Right.
Why?
Some people like that. The fact that, because that's, you know what, when you own a pet, a little part of you is like them. You know what I mean? Like, I do believe in the theory that like your pet is just like you.
Yeah.
And you want a type of pet that reflects you in a way.
Look, I didn't know that I hated cats until I owned a cat. And the thing about cats is that they're smart.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
They do.
But they fuck with you on purpose. On purpose.
That's that woman shit.
No, yeah.
That's that woman shit, bro.
Dude, our cat, me and my ex-girlfriend, our cat, we hated each other with a passion. She knew I hated her, and I hated this cat so much, dude. I try to like her. I try to be friends with her. But she would do shit like, I'll give you examples, and you've heard these examples, but
I love these examples.
we had a couch, and she would scratch like the corner of it. And I'd always be like, "Hey, cut that shit out!" And like I'd yell at it, like, because if it was a dog, the dog would be like, "Oh, okay, like I probably shouldn't do that shit."
Yeah.
My owner doesn't like it. I'll stop. You know? Not this cat. The cat was like, "Oh, you don't like that? Fuck you. I'm gonna do it even more." And I'm gonna and like, dude, she was so smart. She would wait till I would walk into the room.
And then do it?
She'd look me right in the eye. She'd walk right up to the couch, look at me, and then just like start clawing at it.
Bro, that's
and I'd be like, "Hey!"
Dude, that's some psychopath shit.
Not only that, we had a Christmas tree one time, and she started, fucking with the ornaments.
Oh, dear.
And same thing, I'd be like, "Stop it." See, that was my problem. She knew when I didn't like her to do something, and then that would make her do it more.
Wow.
But only when I was there. Only when I was there.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I'd be like eating dinner. A little asshole cat would walk up and start knocking over the ornaments. And you know those videos where like the cats are just kind of like, there's something on the table.
Yeah.
And they'll like look at you and knock it over.
Yeah.
That's what she would do.
Wow.
Yeah. And one time, I had my gym bag in the office. And I was going to go to the gym and work out. And I pick it up, and I just get this whiff of just death, bro. Like, you ever smelled cat piss?
Cat piss is the worst.
It just smelled terrible. I was like, what the fuck is this smell? And I start smelling my bag. I'm like, this fucking cat pissed in my gym bag.
Oh.
She knew it was my gym bag.
Oh, my God.
And that wasn't the only time she did some shit like that. She never fucked with my girlfriend's stuff, ever. Never fucked with her stuff. Because for some reason, they were cool. Me and her had beef. I had like a pile of my clothes on the floor one time, like in the corner of the room. Went and pissed all over my clothes.
What?
Yeah. She would only fuck with my shit.
Dude, that's some psychopath shit, dude.
The day I got rid of that goddamn cat.
Fuck cats. And right now is the time to like recommend shows and be like, "Yo, this is what I'm watching. You should try to check it out." What's that movie that like is basically describing what we're going through? Contaminant,
Oh, Contagion.
Contagion. Yeah. I heard about that. You mentioned a show on Hulu called Dave.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny. It's you ever heard of that rapper, the Little Dicky guy?
I've heard of him. Yeah.
Yeah, he. I guess they gave him a show on Hulu. It's like 4 episodes, but he's got hella cameos with like a bunch of like big ass rappers.
Oh, cool.
And it's funny as shit. Like,
Okay.
it actually made me laugh, dude.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, check it out.
Dave.
You still
Okay.
have the Hulu from your.
Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I got really hooked on the Wu-Tang series on Hulu. That shit's so good.
Yeah.
Hopefully they get a second series or second episode or second season. I mean,
I thought they didn't they get a second season?
I hope they do. I mean, I don't know. Like, I've only seen the first season.
I thought they did get a second season.
They did?
Yeah.
Is it out?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I mean, that must have just happened.
No, it was like a few months ago.
Nah.
No, maybe I'm tripping. I don't know.
Yeah. Right now, it's just like I started watching the English Game. It was just a one-done series about football, like the origins of football, like how it started, which is like really interesting.
There's another documentary called like Sunderland Till I Die or
Oh,
something.
Sunderland Till I Die is so good.
Yeah?
And I feel bad because they're recording this team that got so unlike American sports, fuck American sports. The rest of the world, when it comes to soccer, and I'm going to call it football for the rest of this podcast, if you suck, you just keep going down the totem pole. So you got like your first division, but then if you lose, you go to the second division, and if you lose again, you go to the third division. So this team got relegated, and they're in the second division trying to stay alive and go back to the first division. And Netflix reached out to them and said, "You guys have crazy ass fans. Can we like record you guys?" And like, yeah. You're gonna capture us going all the way up again. And then it just goes to shit, man. But it's like it just captures like the raw emotions of the sport and how much it means to people.
Yeah, especially in England, man. Like, they take that shit super serious.
Yeah.
It was funny because, so that toilet paper video that we did,
Uh-huh.
I posted it in a Slack channel, and, you know, obviously we work with people from London.
Uh-huh.
So, oh, it wasn't even, well, so I was talking, like, I posted that, and then we had, like, some competition where, like, I was wearing, like, a soccer jersey or something. And I said, I got, like, the Mexican football, I'm repping the Mexican football team or whatever, right? And then all the British people were like, "Oh, thank God you called it football." Like,
Yep.
they're like, "Fuck that word soccer."
Yeah.
They get mad.
I get mad.
Yeah, they're like, "Don't ever," like they're like, I fucking hate when people call it soccer. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
And like, "Oh, thank you for calling it football." And I'm like, "Damn, I didn't think it was that big a deal." But like, I guess.
It's a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like everything, Americans have to make it their way. You know, it's like, oh, it's not football, it's soccer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they named a whole another sport.
Metric system, no, fuck that. We're doing inches and feet, motherfuckers. Like, why, dude? Everybody else is doing metric.
It's a weird thing because so half the people in that Slack channel were like British, half were American.
Uh-huh.
All the American people, I don't know what it is with Americans, but like when you call soccer football, it bugs them or something. Like, you know, they're like, why are you calling soccer football? Like, it's soccer, man. And then like the British people are like, no, it's fucking football. You know, like, fuck your football.
Yeah.
This is football.
Right.
And so it creates this weird dynamic of half the people are on my side, but I'm on like the other team, the U.S. side.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just weird.
Yeah, I mean, the roots are in England, and it's always been football. So it's just weird when you coin a term and then people call it something else, and that's why I recommend that show, The English Game, because it's not just about soccer. Like, it's not just focused on soccer. It's like there's like some drama to it, and there's other shit going on behind the scenes. So it's not just like anybody can watch that show and be like, all right, it's not just about like the sport. Sunderland Till I Die is like. if you aren't a fan of football, you might not get it. You might turn it off, but it's so good. It's like people don't understand that like not everybody else in the world lives the way we do in America. Like people don't have like the kind of resources that we have, don't have the type of lifestyles that we have. So when it comes to like something like football, your team, your country being represented is a big fucking deal. And some people like that's their hope. That's what they live. That's what they live by, man. Like they have shit lives, but they look forward to tuning in every Saturday or Sunday and watching their team play because that's them. That's them. That's they're representing themselves, man, out there every fucking day.
Huh. I never thought about that.
Yeah, dude. It's a big fucking deal. Like, yo, like fucking Southampton, it's like, you know, or like all these like small cities, like they don't really have much going for them, but every fucking Saturday they got their team and that's they live that. Like that's their high. Like they all look forward to the next game cuz like when they win, it's like we won. It's like we were the ones that were on the pitch. Like you're representing a city, you're representing a country.
Yeah.
And I remember like when North Korea represented themselves in the World Cup in 2014, like they played their national anthem and the players were fucking crying, dude, cuz like it's like the biggest, it's the most like
The biggest stage.
It's the biggest stage and it's like the most it's like the proudest moment of their lives.
Yeah, it makes sense. I didn't take that into a factor where some people do. Yeah, they have shit lives.
They have shit lives.
They live in like a shit, city.
Yeah.
In England, and I know there's a lot of them. I know there's like people like talk shit about like different regions.
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh, everybody that lives here is a fucking inbred retard.
Right.
But and then like, because they're probably like not well off economically.
Right.
So that when their team is like doing well,
Right.
in the FA Premier League,
Right.
then yeah, man, that gives you like some pride, and it kind of like I get it because I remember when the Warriors first started killing it,
Yeah.
in like 2015, and I guess we had like the Giants that were doing good,
Yeah.
but it was really fucking cool to have like be like the area,
team, yeah.
with like the dopest team.
Bay Area is on the map.
Yeah, now we are for sure.
Nobody like that was the feeling. Like we're on the map now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because before that there was a lot. So we were on the map during like the hyphy movement.
Yeah.
I remember we were like,
06.
yeah, we were like the shit. Like,
Yeah.
the Bay Area was on top of all this music.
Because it was like Crunk. Crunk had their little scene, but then we had the hyphy scene, and then everybody was tuning into the hyphy scene. Like, what the fuck's that?
Yeah, and then it kind of drizzled out a
Yeah.
little bit, maybe like a few years later. So then, like, you had all these people in the Bay Area sort of having this void that they had that just wasn't getting filled
Represented.
anymore. Right.
It wasn't getting represented.
Exactly. And then, the Giants came along and, like, won the World Series. And it's like, I don't even fucking watch baseball.
Right.
But even I was like, hell yeah, like, this is fucking cool again. Like, it's the Bay Area is, like, in the spotlight again.
Right.
And then, then the Warriors really brought the fucking Bay back. Dude.
Right.
And now I feel like we're just kind of used to it.
Yeah.
We're just kind of used to being in the spotlight.
Yeah. Yeah. Right now, it's kind of fell off because of sports. Sports right now are on pause, but it definitely felt nice to like be like just known, and that feeling is how like these small clubs feel when they're on the pitch and they have like a long run, and they start winning games and people start talking about them that normally wouldn't be talking about them. It's just like small victories, bro. Like that's what it comes down to. Like sports is just, I don't know how to describe it, man, but there's an emotional tie to it. And then there's also like regions, right? Like you even break it down into regions, like working class and the wealthy class. And that's kind of how it started, is like you have teams that have the money, you have the working class that are trying to just go toe to toe with these teams. And then every now and then, like the lower class teams will win, and knock out one of these big, rich clubs, and then it's just like everybody starts talking about it. Everybody sides with that small club, and it's just like it's a big deal.
Yeah. No, I agree, man. It was really cool being in London where they respect football, and that's like their primary sport. Because out here, man, you're like, I'm a soccer or football fan or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like you're like, oh, I played soccer for like all these years, and people are just like, oh, who cares?
Yeah. Nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah. And then, dude, like, I've tried to get into like American NFL football so many fucking times, but it bores me to death, man.
Yeah.
I actually think there's a statistic out there. I was on some Reddit thread, and they said like if you break down the actual gameplay, like from the time the ball is snapped to like the end of the play, and break it down for like a 3-hour game, there's only about 11 actual minutes
of physical activity.
Yes,
That's crazy.
which is fucking nuts, right?
Dude, we do 45-minute halves.
Yeah, full 90 minutes. You're talking about 11 minutes of actual people doing something. People, like, action.
That's crazy.
Like, and here's the thing. Here's, like, the argument that all the people defending football, and I'm not talking shit about football. Like, I get it. Like, it's, like, a hard sport.
Yeah.
But the argument defending it was like, oh, well, it's, like, such a strategic sport.
Right.
It's like a chess match.
Right.
Like, that's basically comparing it to, like, a chess game, saying, like, if you broke down the time from people actually moving the pieces or whatever. And it's like, but, dude, you got to admit there's a lot of bullshit in this sport.
Oh, 100%.
There's a lot of fucking commercials.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, Americans like to watch sports socially, so we want to see the play, and then
talk about it,
and like drink,
have a piss break.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand, and I think it's just a cultural thing.
Yeah,
It's a cultural thing.
I can't get into fucking football because it's just too boring for me. Basketball, I love basketball.
Yeah.
Because there's
less like stoppage. You know what I mean? Like there's more action going on.
It's continuous.
Yeah.
Same thing with hockey. Hockey's cool.
Hockey is dope as fuck. I yet to have seen it live. I always wanted to see it live. I know live would probably be fucking gnarly.
It's sick as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
I used to date a girl who was super into hockey. You know who she is.
Yeah.
And for her birthday one time, I bought tickets right behind the ice or like the window,
right.
the glass or whatever. And it was a fucking sick experience, dude.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. I respect hockey. Hockey's not big
like
enough.
Soccer, but on ice.
Yeah, it's another one of those things. Like hockey gets popular for like a little bit of time because the Sharks kind of do well over it.
Yeah.
But no one really gives the fuck that much.
Yeah, they give more fucks about like hockey than soccer. Like, I think like if you were to rank American sports, as far as popularity, it'd be American football, it'd be baseball, it'd be basketball, it would probably be like either hockey or golf, and then it would be like bowling. It would be like people doing competitive like shitting, and then you got soccer.
No, really?
Like soccer is like people rather watch like everything else but soccer.
I don't fucking understand this at all.
And it's crazy because
why the fuck though? Like
because they can't get into it. You got to understand that the professional league here is only 25 years old, so it's very hard to take that serious.
But okay, how old is football and like baseball and shit?
It's fucking old. Over 100 years for
really?
Baseball. Baseball's over 100 years old. Football started in like the 40s, 50s. Yeah. Soccer is 25 years old. So it's like
I think soccer only even became a thing in this country because of immigrants.
Right.
No, seriously.
It did.
Yeah.
And they were trying to host the World Cup, and they were like, you guys are trying to host a tournament, and you guys don't even have a professional league. Go get fucked.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, we'll make a professional league then. And then that's how the MLS got started. It was because America wanted to host the World Cup.
Yeah.
So they've had this bullshit league for 20-something years, and it's just pathetic. Like, no one gives
You hate the MLS so much. No, but hold on. You're so fucking biased, dude.
No, but nobody gives a... Americans don't even give a fuck. So why would I give a fuck? That's what I'm saying.
You're the most... Dude, I don't know what it is with you. And you work for them sometimes.
I don't work for them. I work for outlets that cover them, unfortunately.
You have such a hate boner for the MLS, dude. As soon as a Mexican player goes to the MLS, you are the biggest fans of, like, at least two of these guys.
Yeah.
And then they went to the MLS, and you're like, I hope they fucking die of cancer, and, like, fuck them and fuck their whole families. Like, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, I get upset because when you decide to make that move to the MLS, you're basically admitting to yourself and to your fans that you just want to get paid, and that you stopped caring about this profession at a competitive level. And I understand you got to get paid, and like here they're willing to overpay players just to make the league popular, but it's more.
There's no passion.
It's just like
it's lost the spark.
You like sell a part of your soul when you do that, when you make that decision. But I understand they're trying to make it. They're trying to grow the league, but it's just they're doing all the wrong things. They're doing all the wrong things. Like, this is a sport that needs to be respected, and they're disrespecting the game because they don't have relegation, meaning you can be the shittiest team and have zero consequences. And I don't believe that should be right. I believe if you suck ass, you need to get to the bottom, like to the second league where there's teams that actually want to get promoted. And
do they even have a second league?
They do.
Okay.
They have like before the MLS, there's another league, and there's a lot of these cities that have fans that are like ecstatic, and they're trying to get promoted to the MLS. But in the MLS, the only way you become a franchise is if you pay $300 million.
So let me ask you this. Well, this just shows you how much I know about all this shit.
Uh-huh.
But the NFL, like, 100% does not work on that model, right? Where they have to, like, they kick teams to, like...
No.
Okay.
If you suck ass, you get the first choice of a college player.
Wow. Okay.
So they get rewarded.
Same thing with basketball, too, right?
Yep.
And I'm assuming baseball.
Yeah. So it's like here, like, because they want people to go to college, and they want to, like, make money off of college athletes, they have this, like, draft system. Whereas the rest of the world, you don't go to college. You are in a club's academy.
Yeah.
You go to school there, you eat there, you sleep there, and then you just become a professional player.
Well, dude, like in Spain, Barcelona has an academy since like kids or when people are kids.
Right.
Like little kids.
Yeah, like 5 years old.
5 years old. And they're hella good.
Right.
Hella good.
Right.
Dude, I've watched some of their games.
Yeah.
Or not games, but like clips.
Yeah.
Dude, those little kids are so fucking good.
Right.
They're better. And they play better than literally like some college teams.
Oh, 100%.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Plam Chowder Podcast.
We were having a pretty good conversation about like the whole sports mentality in the United States, which here's the thing, and I actually wanted to continue this conversation because it is kind of a big deal that I've noticed in this country, but it's just expected in these corporate environments that you can make this bullshit small talk with like the sports stuff.
Right.
A lot of people are really fucking into like the American sports, but like they get really into it.
Yeah.
They know everything, bro. Like it's like how the fuck do you even have time to figure all this shit out? You know the statistics, you know the fucking this and that, and like every tiny little detail of the league, what's going on, of multiple leagues, not just like the NFL, but also like the NBA, and then like whatever, right?
Yeah.
I don't get how people have the time for that shit. Like maybe with one sport, I'm like that with boxing and MMA, sure.
Yeah.
But with the NFL and all that bullshit, like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I think it's because like fantasy league and people can calculate someone's worth just based on like, you know, how many times they catch the ball, how many times they score points, and like they get really obsessed with like the numbers. And a lot of people that just want to kill time will use baseball, you know, because baseball is all about like, if you like stats and you like numbers, you'll love baseball. And I think that's why a lot of people like that, it appeals to them. But for normal human beings that don't have a calculator for a penis, we like action. We like football. We like fighting. We like hockey. We like, I don't know, man. I just find those sports a little bit easier to like catch on.
I always feel kind of out of the loop with it because the sports that I really dive into, it's not like consumed by the masses.
Yeah.
You know, so like boxing knowledge,
Yeah.
MMA, that's like I know a lot of shit about those sports. But most people don't.
Yeah.
They don't know shit. They kind of just know whatever they see on clips on TV or whatever. I kind of like get annoyed a little bit when people go up to me and they're like, "Oh, what do you think about this fight, man?" Yeah, or like, and they start just I could just tell they're regurgitating like
What
whatever
they see on ESPN.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man.
So let me ask you this: how do you feel about John Bones Jones and his his latest shindig with the authorities?
He's the Adrian Broner of MMA, bro. How many fucking times can somebody fuck up? Not even just an athlete, but just in general.
So what's the story?
Okay,
He's in New Mexico.
The last I heard, and I'm pretty sure this is what happened. Actually, let's confirm it real quick. Hold on. Is it cool if we confirm it?
Let's confirm it.
All right.
All I know is,
hey, Don. I got a question for you real quick.
Yes.
So, is it actually confirmed that John's Bones Jones was driving around popping off rounds with the bottle of Masvidal's tequila or mezcal, or was that like some bullshit article?
I don't think it was an article. I think it was just like someone tweeting it.
Okay, so that was fake, right?
I don't know. Fake news alert.
All right.
Who cares what type of alcohol he was drinking? The point is,
What DUI?
the point is, he got a DUI regardless.
All right.
Was he drinking mezcal or was he drinking gin?
That's not. No, I wanted to just make sure that story was bullshit. All right.
Wow, Nico. Wow.
Okay. So maybe it was bullshit. Who knows?
but he's in New Mexico. He gets pulled over by cops. There's a body camera. He's doing the sobriety test, and then what? He gets arrested.
Yeah, I mean that's usually what happens when you get a DUI.
And but it was just a DUI. It wasn't like guns or anything.
No, he got a gun charge.
Oh, for
Yeah.
not registered or something.
Yeah, he had a gun in his car that I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think it was registered. The point is, dude, you're a millionaire. Okay? You're one of the top athletes in the world. You're a champion,
Undefeated. Never lost.
You've fucked up so many times. So many times you fucked up. And like then you've come back and like done the whole I'm coming back
Right.
and like I'm cleaning my act up or whatever. How do you just keep fucking up?
I think it's because like you're in that position where you are defeated, you have a lot of money, you're famous, and you kind of feel like you can get away with anything.
I get it, but he's already done that like at least 3 times.
Damn.
He's already like been past. You should have learned your lesson by now.
He's not gonna learn his lesson. He's gonna keep doing it.
It's fucking insane. It's like, dude.
But I mean, he hasn't killed anybody, right? Like, what?
No, he hasn't killed anybody.
Right. He's not like fucking Aaron Hernandez, like murdering people and then playing the fucking Super Bowl like it's nothing happened. You know, he's just the only people he's hurting is himself, right? Like, what was the other charges? Like cocaine and
he had like a coke charge and stuff. I just don't understand how an athlete can be that rich and you can't just get an Uber or just fucking hire a driver or something, you know? Like, this guy's out in his Ferrari or his, like, Corvette or whatever the fuck, and, you just, like, dude, why?
I think the real question is, what the fuck are you doing in New Mexico?
I'm not sure.
Like, is he from there? Does he live there? Like, what is any human being doing in New Mexico at any given time? Like, are you like cooking meth? Because like I really don't know why anyone's in New Mexico. Like, if there's something I learned from like the Tiger King and all these states that are in between New York and California, is like, what the fuck are we doing with you guys? Like, you guys are fucking inbreds, fucking retards, meth heads, fucking like, I don't know what the fuck. Like, can we just like
get rid of that whole part?
Like, you got people in Florida partying. Like, fuck coronavirus. We're just gonna keep doing our thing, spring break, and then it's like, yo, can we just like pretend that they're not associated with the United States? Because this is embarrassing.
You know what's crazy about that? I just saw a video today where they have this technology that company developed for the NSA. Which takes anonymous. I'm using quotation marks because by anonymous I mean it's not anonymous at all. Anonymous data from mobile devices. So what they did was they went back like a year ago, and they had like a map of the United States, and they went specifically to Fort Lauderdale during spring break of last year. And they highlighted that, like, just a little strip on the beach, and basically picked up all the people's mobile devices that were on that beach, like, for like a day, literally a day, right? And it comes up as like little dots on this map. And then what they did, this is crazy ass technology, by the way, it's fucking insane. What they did is they tracked all the data and all the movements of all those mobile devices from that day for like the next following like 14 days. And it's fucking nuts, dude. Like, so the map is all dark. You see the whole United States, like, or like the whole East Coast or whatever.
Right.
And you see all these little dots on that little beach strip, and then it progresses throughout the 14 days, and it spreads fucking so far, dude, like all around the East Coast. Like, it goes everywhere, dude. Like, the dots start lighting up like crazy, and that's basically saying like these are all the places that these mobile devices have been pinged at within those 14 days. So you could just imagine if somebody was to be carrying like the coronavirus, how insane it could spread in just a short period of time from a very small location and a very small amount of data that's gathered. And that's not counting like the whole country. That's literally like a 1 mile strip of land. You know what I mean?
Anonymous.
Yeah, that's what people were talking about. So, like, it's not fucking anonymous, dude. They say it's anonymous data, but keep in mind that this is, like, technology the NSA possesses, and nobody knows how crazy the NSA's technology is. This is just, like, public shit.
So, I know I'm fucked up because the whole time I thought you said NASA. I'm like, where are we going with this? NASA phones, and then It just clicked in my head. Like, oh, NSA. Oh, fuck. I mean, I've seen like the Snowden movie, and like, you know, they kind of showed like what the NSA is capable of, and I remember like a scene in that movie, like some dude was just like looking at people's like, basically just triggering their cameras. He's like, "Wait, you guys can do this shit?" And he like freaked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know.
Well, and that's the thing. It's because think about this, and it makes sense. So this anonymous data, you know how fucking easy it is. Okay, like you see this dot, you're tracking this mobile device's movement. As soon as they go into a residence or a home or whatever,
Yeah.
boom, you know exactly who that is.
Yeah.
And people were like, oh, what they didn't show was like what happens if you click on one of those orange dots. It probably gives you this crazy fucking profile of this person.
yeah.
You know, like literally like their
Sex, age.
their whole life story, dude.
Yeah.
Like they must have so much data on fucking everybody. Everybody.
Yeah.
Dude, computers don't forget shit.
Yeah.
And they have so much server space now.
Right.
Like, think about if the NSA really wanted to like know about you.
Yeah.
Dude, they already have your life story.
They already know everything.
They know everything already.
Yeah. Context clues are what you've voluntarily given up to the public. You know, meaning like social media, because that's...
Well, look at Google. Google can predict where I'm going to go.
Right.
And sometimes they're actually right.
Yeah.
And that's just based off behavioral patterns.
Right.
And a lot of data that's collected. And that's not even, you know, that's just, I feel like that's the bare minimum of what all this shit's capable of.
Right.
You know? We have no fucking clue.
Yeah. Do you think they can change behaviors? Or influence decisions?
By like manipulating
Yeah.
digital, like your digital environment and stuff.
Well, think about it. If they know who you are, Instagram is owned by Facebook. WhatsApp is owned by Facebook. So they can get a pretty good idea of who you are, who your family is, what you're interested in, what your beliefs are, what your everything. They know everything about you. So something as simple as just like pushing you into a direction of just buying something.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Like, oh, you're into soccer. You know, you're obviously like, you know, you like this, you like that, you like that. I think this ad would be really good for you.
It's crazy that you say that because, God damn, this is so crazy that you said that. So, last week, maybe it was like a week and a half ago, I was at, I'm not going to say her name, but I was at a friend's house. And she had these really cool glasses. They were like this $100 pair of glasses. They're gold. They're like rose tinted, like lenses, and they look like John Lennon glasses. You know,
Circular,
yeah,
round. Okay.
And I was telling her, like, I put them on, and I was like, "Oh, these are fucking hella dope!" Like, and I was talking to her for like 5 minutes, like, "Where the fuck did you get these?" I'm like, just literally just talking about these glasses for like 5 minutes, and then I wore them in a Zoom conference, and everybody was like, "Oh, those are some sick glasses," and whatever, right? And then I took a picture with them and posted that picture on Instagram. And tell me why, a week later, I'm getting a fuck ton of ads for glasses that look exactly like that. I've taken screenshots of this shit, dude. Like, because it freaked me out.
No, I believe you.
Look, like, let me show you.
So me, I was in the process of going to Guadalajara for pre-Olympic CONCACAF tournament. I was going to cover it as a photographer, and I don't have a camera bag. So I was doing research on camera bags. I was trying to figure out like what's the best bang for my buck. And I ended up like buying a camera bag. But between this whole process, bro, like on my fucking IG feed, I was getting nothing but backpack ads. So it's like, okay, like you guys know what I'm up to. You guys know what I'm doing. And you guys are clearly all just trying to figure out like
But here's the thing. I didn't Google anything. I never Googled anything like circular glasses. Anything that had to do with glasses at all. I didn't Google anything. I didn't like even mention anything on glasses, nothing like that on any social media
Oh,
platform.
you never went on like your browser and searched for that shit?
No, nothing.
Oh.
Nothing. I did nothing like that. By the way, the screenshots are on my other phone.
It's fine.
But that's why I was kind of like, dude, how the fuck do they know that I wanted some? And I actually did want those glasses, so that's why I took that screenshot. I was like, fuck, these are sick. Like, I want to buy these.
Yeah.
And so I saved the bookmark from the website.
Yeah.
And then I sent it to myself and screenshotted it.
Yeah.
Because I'm probably gonna buy them.
Right.
But how did they know that, man? Like, there's no way they could have known that unless they analyzed my picture or something that I posted. That's the only thing that I could figure out that they did.
Yeah.
And it's shit like that where
how much of your privacy do you actually have?
Right, like they say that they're listening to our mics.
Yeah.
I think that might be true, man.
Yeah. And like the whole counter argument is like, I got nothing to hide, so I don't give a fuck. But I'm like, that's not the point. The point is like, we should at least be educated that like this is happening.
Yeah.
And it's not about like, oh, I don't care. I'm an open book. You can read it. Like, it's more about like what they can do with that information and how they can manipulate you. You know what I mean? I think that's the part that like, cause like I don't give a fuck if I get 1,000 ads on camera backpacks. Like, that's fine, bro. Like, I'm totally cool with like that's actually helping me make a decision on what I want to buy. But like, if you can do that with like my wallet, like what can you do that with like my information that's like that I want to seek?
Well,
like news.
Well, here's the thing. So, everything you do on any digital platform is just raw data that's being collected.
Yeah. On the internet, at least.
At least. Not to mention, which I don't know, dude. I don't know if this thing's listening to me right now. You know, my iPhone or my MacBook or whatever. Right. Like all these devices.
Right.
But being in tech and having friends that have worked for companies that literally what they do is they take a fuck ton of data. Like, you don't know how much data is just being pumped out into the world every day. So they take all this data and they have these crazy algorithms that just mold that data into like actual compressible, understandable, like I guess like things. So they can like mold it like Play-Doh and work with it or whatever, right? Okay. So I think we're at this point in civilization where all these data touch points that we do on a daily basis can just be mass filtered into understandable behavioral patterns and just knowledge about everything that we do.
You can take what we shit out and be like, all right, this is the next shit.
Yeah. And I think they could do that on a mass scale to where like every single person in the fucking country is basically like they could target anybody at any given point and know everything that's going on with that person. Like, there's no doubt about it.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Do you think I really didn't want to talk about like the virus. This is the whole point of this podcast, is to keep people off, like not think about it. But I read something about like how Bill Gates was proposing that like we should like test everybody and like you should have like credentials that like you've been tested for coronavirus and like Moving forward, like basically what they're trying to do is put an electronic chip in us, and like
No, fuck that. No. What I've been, I wouldn't support it. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen.
supporting that shit.
But here's what I've been hearing about this shit. So people are saying, and by the way, just so you know, my sister actually just confirmed today that she's actually working with the coronavirus strain.
No way.
In the lab. Yeah. So my sister works, I'm not going to say the institutions, but very, very high level institutions, the highest level that it goes in this country. She does like biology shit. She works with a bunch of crazy ass chemicals and whatnot. She said today she just got the assignment that they're actually going to be taking the coronavirus strains, the literal virus, and working with them like directly to try to find a cure. Yeah. So she's going to be exposed.
That's crazy.
To that shit every fucking day. That's her job. So when I say this shit, like, I have people
right.
that, I'm not just throwing this shit out of my ass. Anyways, what they're saying is this is never going away. This virus is now just a part of like us, the world. Like, it exists now.
Like the cold, the flu.
Yeah, just like the cold or the flu.
Yeah.
So just how you have to get, like flu shots.
Right.
Now you're gonna have to get corona shots.
Right.
Coronavirus shots.
Yeah.
I love this song.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it can't be contained anymore. We're way past that point. Now at this point, the only reason we're doing quarantines, it's not to contain the virus or for it to die out, because that's fucking impossible right now. It's basically not to overwhelm the hospitals.
Oh, got it.
There's not enough.
That makes sense.
Yeah, there's not enough.
We don't have the equipment. We don't have the beds. We don't have the resources to just take everybody in.
Yeah, it's to alleviate the resources that we have.
Right.
Which everybody thinks that we're quarantining because this is going to stop the virus.
Right.
It's not.
It's not gonna stop.
It's impossible to stop this.
Everybody's getting it.
Everybody's probably gonna get this shit.
It's like we're like the pioneers of like the chicken pox.
Yeah.
It's just the 2020 edition.
Yep. Yeah.
The Black Plague. It's always been the 20s.
The Black Plague's still around, dude. And humans, it doesn't really fuck us up anymore.
Yeah.
Like if you were to catch the bubonic plague right now,
right,
you'd probably be sick for like 2 weeks.
Right.
That's it. It wouldn't just take you out.
Yeah. So that cliche history repeats itself. That's just what's happening right now.
Yeah, it's basically like another bubonic plague. But the reason it's spreading so fast is because you could have it and not show any symptoms for like 2 weeks, and then by that time you've already fucking spread it to like hundreds of people.
That's what makes it like lethal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the only thing that will fix this situation, or kind of fix it, is we need to find a vaccine for it, and then from there, I guess everybody will just have to take that for like forever now.
Forever, or is it more like
it'll just become like the common flu,
like a one-time?
No idea, man. I have no idea, but it's just gonna be a thing now.
Oh, okay.
Just like the flu.
Okay.
It's not just gonna like go away.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense. It's just weird because like I don't think we've ever like experienced that.
No, never.
So it's like we don't know what to fucking do.
The last time they shut down the Olympics, or postponed them, or canceled them, or whatever,
it was World War, right?
World War II.
Yeah.
Yeah, and same thing with all the sports leagues. Last time they canceled the sports leagues
Yeah.
was World War II.
2. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, it's a big fucking deal,
Right.
when they're canceling sports.
Right.
Yeah.
It's interesting to like to hear that, because I mean, when I first heard about this shit, it's like, oh, it's in China, big fucking deal. But now it's become like a big fucking deal. We're starting to see like firsthand experience about this, and I don't know, man. You think this would be like the first time in history that we'll like have like records of this? Because I feel like we don't. Back then, we didn't have the technology to like talk about it firsthand and have video footage, audio footage. Like, this is like a very unique time, I think.
Oh, kind of like the plague or whatever. Like,
Because like you read about the plague, and you're like, big fucking deal. That was 100 years ago. I don't give a fuck about that shit.
Well, I mean, yes and no. I mean, so like we have records of the plague, but yeah, of course it's all written because
Right.
that's all they had. But we know everything that happened at that time period. It's not like we don't know shit about it. I think this is the first time we'll have documented visual, like video records with a fuck ton of data. Yeah, sure. Yeah, of course.
I think like for me, I think that's what makes it feel like this is like a first time.
But it's good because we can use all that data to attack this.
Right.
Plam definition: the act of slamming a man's head into your pussy by grasping the ears of the man and pulling face towards pussy at a high rate of speed has been known to leave a pussy-shaped imprint on the dumb motherfucker's face.
Have you ever been on a bad date with like somebody who just is really hard to make conversation with?
Yep.
It's the worst, man, because conversation, I feel like should be kind of like a free flow.
Right.
It should just take you places. You should feel things, laugh, like feel emotion, whatever, right? But like some people, it's so difficult to have a conversation with them, and you have to force it, and you feel like everything that you talk about is like forced.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
It's
worst
like,
scenario.
Oh, it's my turn to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's why, at least for me, man, like when it comes to communication, it's always the number one priority for me in a relationship, whether like when it comes to like dating, like communication is key. And I hate this whole text messaging era because I'm terrible at text messaging. I'm terrible at responding to messages. And I rather just pick up the phone and talk. That's just me though.
No, I feel the same. And then with text messages too, it's like it's really easy to ignore the text for a while. Kind of take your time with it, like.
And there's too many like variables, like, oh, if I say this, or if I say that, or if she says this, or how should I dictate this, or how, you know what I mean? It's just like
I've always hated trying to get to know somebody over text.
I hate it. It's not it's the most unnatural way.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
Some people really like it though. It's weird.
Yeah.
I've to this day, I've never developed like that skill.
Me neither. And I've actually like dated girls and like met people that like I'll see them face to face and like mum's the word. Like I can't get a lick out of them. And then I'll like, all right, like text me when you get home. And then bro, like they just text me like their whole life fucking story. And I'm like, where was this when I was with you?
Exactly.
Where was this?
No, exactly. I've dealt with this situation.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
Yeah.
It's like are you afraid because it's like in person,
right?
And you can't like take your time to think about your response and shit. Like we've gotten away from just natural, free flowing conversation.
Yeah.
That's how I like to do it.
Exactly.
That's like when I meet chicks on Bumble and stuff. Dude, I don't like to do the whole like I'm gonna get to know you off messages.
Right.
So a lot of the time, like, I'll talk to them for like a few days.
Yeah.
A day or two. But then I'm just like, look, like let's just hang out.
Yeah.
I don't like. That's how I like to do
Yeah.
it. Let's just hang out,
Right.
because that will give you a gauge of if
Who they are.
Yeah, if you're who you are, if we're
And
compatible or
is
not,
this,
whatever.
like fit?
Yeah.
You know, does this actually work? You know.
Yeah, just fucking go for it. Just like face to face.
Right. Yeah. When I match with someone on Bumble or Hinge or whatever those fucking apps are, within 1 or 2 messages, I'm like, hey, I really don't go on this app that often. Here's my number, and then I'll get the number, and then I'll like text them a little bit, and then I'm always like, hey, like pick up the phone, like show me it's real. Pick up the phone, show me it's real. Like I like to be on the phone. It's just easier. I get to it's just easier to get to know someone, especially nowadays, man.
A phone conversation actually is it's a good way to like facilitate it.
Yeah, it's a good check in. Like, all right, cool. Like maybe I should go through with this like date or whatever, you know, because you don't know.
No, it's funny that you say that because there was a girl who I was trying to date, and I noticed she would take like a while to respond to texts, that's super annoying to me, by the way. Like if we're having like a little spurt conversation on text, don't fucking, take 45 minutes to reply to my message and then expect me to just continue the conversation. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
Which is why I prefer like
phone calls
or whatever.
Yeah.
But then I was over the whole texting thing, and I tried to call this girl. And dude, the most awkward fucking calls ever. Like, she made me feel like I was a weirdo for like calling her.
Yeah.
'Cause she's like, yeah, like, and I'm like, yeah, like, what's up? Like, what have you been doing today? And she's like, she was like, I could tell she was so awkward about it. Like, she doesn't talk on the phone or something. I don't fucking know, man.
Yeah.
That it made me feel hella weird. and then when we would hang out in person, I just like naturally I can continue the flow.
Right.
But I could also tell there was just this weird like disconnect.
Like you have no social skills at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where I draw the line, man.
Yeah. I've actually like done that where it's like I've matched with someone, had that conversation. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. This is where it ends. Like, there's no way I'm gonna like waste my time with you at all. If you can't carry a conversation, bro, then like, what do we gotta talk about?
A lot of people don't have that skill anymore, which is weird because. So a lot of the people on social media, they have this persona like they're so interesting.
Yep.
But are you really? Because that's the test. Is like, can you do it in person?
Yeah.
Can you be interesting in person?
Right.
Because if you can't, then your whole shit's just bullshit.
It's a lie.
It's bullshit. That's why I really liked hanging out with I won't say her name, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, the one that was on the Plam Chowder podcast a while back. You know what I mean? That's why I really liked hanging out with her, because she was extremely interesting in person. She could just talk about like fucking all this crazy stuff and like interesting things. And dude, like, I love that. That's what I love.
Right.
Real interaction, real conversation. Conversation to me, I think, is like the most important thing.
Yeah.
I've been in relationships where it was good, but we didn't have like that A to B mental connection when it came to conversations. And then I've like known girls who I didn't really want a relationship with, who I really could have really good conversations with, but we didn't have like the physical thing. So I think you have to have both,
It's tough, bro. It's tough, man, because like you meet people. Like I've had this in the past where it's like, dude, like I'll be like talking to someone like nonstop, like, and that's just how it is. It just doesn't stop. And then but like I don't know, the physical part isn't as good. And then you have like the complete opposite where it's like when we're like together, it's like fucking amazing. But then when we're away, it's like there's like there's no nothing, man. There's nothing going. Like what the fuck, man? You gotta have a balance. I think
It's very interesting.
it's tough, man.
I think the one I hate the most though is what you brought up earlier is very, very good interaction through text.
Yeah,
Very good conversations through text.
yeah,
In person, it's like pulling teeth.
yeah,
And the last girl that it was like that with she was extremely beautiful, very beautiful girl. But fuck, hanging out with her was like pulling teeth.
yeah,
It was not fun.
yeah.
You know.
I've been in a relationship where it was like I'm very good at communicating. I'm very good at writing. I'm very good at like just talking, and like she would be so like it would be like pulling teeth, like you said, like trying to pull information out of her. But then she would like write stuff, and I'd be like, "What the fuck? Like, where is this in person? Like, why do you not ever tell me this?"
Right.
It's like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
No,
Like, cause like I get mad because I'm like, yo, why couldn't you say this to me like when I'm with you? Why do you gotta like, I don't know, like I don't understand like how you express yourself. Like,
what's to blame here? Do you think it's like our digital culture now?
I just think it's just, I don't know what to call it, bro. I think it's just chemistry, man. I think like you finally meet someone that you, like for me, like once you meet someone for the first time, like the only way I know for sure that like there's gonna be a little like spark is like the second I kiss them. That's when I know it's like, all right, there's something there. Cause like you can have like everything else checked off, like boom, looks, personality, conversation, but the second like we have that physical interaction, that's when I know like there's something or there's nothing.
Yeah. With
For
a
me,
kiss?
Not from like just like that's like the beginning, but like I like for me it's a straight up like chemistry, bro. It's just like two chemicals reacting, like that's when I know there's something or there's nothing.
I think chemistry is probably the most important thing with anything,
Yeah.
not just relationships. I mean, here's the thing. So, even in the corporate world, extremely important.
Right.
I think chemistry
Right.
within a corporate team is the absolute most important thing.
Right.
I've been in environments where I had a very good chemistry with the team. We delivered a lot of results. I've been in environments where we had shit chemistry, and the results reflected that.
Yeah.
So I think that's just like a human thing.
Yeah.
With either it's a professional relationship or a personal relationship, romantic relationship, whatever, like friendships, doesn't matter. You have to have that chemistry.
Yeah.
A lot of people, and dude, this is another thing too, is a lot of people are, for some reason, very used to just having this surface level chemistry, and that's all their relationships. It's very surface level, except for maybe their significant other.
Right.
But like friendships, very surface level. Coworkers, very surface level. Everybody they meet, even their friends, very surface level.
Yeah.
And it's just they're not used to going deep,
Right.
diving below the waters.
Right.
And it makes them uncomfortable when somebody kind of gets them out of their comfort zone.
Gets in their waters, like, yo, no.
Right. And that's why I've always believed to have a small circle of friends that you could really trust
Right.
and go deep
Yeah.
in those waters with, rather than having a large pool of
Right.
friends who are more surface level.
Right.
And that's what I've noticed with a lot of people that I've interacted with in corporate environments, is that their entire lives revolve around these surface level
social circles.
social circles and areas of relationships, and it makes them extremely uncomfortable when somebody gets in their face and is just like, so tell me what you're about.
Yeah.
Like, tell me like your darkest secrets. Like, tell me like,
Yeah, fuck the Buccaneers
Yeah.
and fuck like Wisconsin. Like, what? Who are you?
yeah, people are scared sometimes.
Yeah.
It scares them. It does.
Yeah.
I've never felt uncomfortable trying to shake somebody up, trying to kind of like get into their soul, so to say. You know what I mean? That's how I like to like learn who
Yeah.
somebody is.
Yeah.
But some people don't like that.
Everyone's gonna a barrier. Everyone's like, it's just there's, I don't know, man. People don't like being vulnerable. That's what I've learned.
But you're like that too. I've noticed you're like that.
Am I?
Yeah, like I know that you can sit there with somebody one-on-one and find out everything about them. Because you know how to like maneuver and ask them the right questions.
I just know how to connect with people.
Exactly. I kind of take a different approach where I'll just like, I don't know you at all. And I'll be like, tell me the craziest thing that's ever happened to you. Like, and you're like, what the I don't even fucking know you.
Right.
Like, I'll just, boom, like, I'll hit you with some shit. I'm not good at small talk.
I think for me is like I always try to find like the least common denominator that we can just agree upon and like move forward. It works really well with just getting to know people, breaking the ice, and like I don't know, man. Like I'm not scared to talk to anybody. I'll talk to any fucking stranger. And then like maybe, you know, if like there's enough like things that we have in common, then we can go down that road where it's like, all right, you know, let's get to the deeper levels.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. If I could look at like everybody that I consider myself to have like a friendship with, I've gone down that like deep dive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. Yeah. And this is see, it's happening again. It's
What?
happening again. This is what I love about conversation. Is now we find ourselves right now, like, 30 meters below the surface. We came down this path. We don't know how we got here. Now we're talking about some weird shit.
Not really.
It's not weird shit, but like we're having this flow of conversation,
Yeah.
flowing naturally, and this is the state that I love to be in when I'm having conversations.
For sure. I mean, at least for me, bro, like I think vulnerability is like it's a double-edged sword. I put a lot of content out there. A lot of people don't read it, but especially now, bro. Especially now that like we are locked indoors, you got to put yourself out there, and it's just like that's the part that if you get a glimpse of it, or if I happen to share it, it definitely came from like a different place, 30, 40, 50 meters below the water, and I think it's like. That's the beauty of it, man. I think we're at a point in time where like you can be anybody and just put yourself out there, and like that's fucking awesome.
So
I don't think we have
because you do that a lot. Like I know you share. Sorry, you share like poetry sometimes, or like just random shit you wrote, stuff like that. Like I know every now and then, like you do that a lot, right?
Yeah.
So, do you ever do that and then later on you find yourself like saying, "Oh, I wish I didn't do that," or do you just you feel good about doing that?
All right. So like me, it's like I probably share 1% of the shit that I make just because that's the stuff that I thought was good enough to like be comfortable with sharing with the world. And when I do put that out there, like, all I'm thinking about is I hope that people just like listen to it or read it, because that's all I care about. I don't really care about like anything else, because it's like I think when you're at that point of state where, for me, it's therapy. I go through shit, I get in my feelings, and instead of like crying to someone or talking to someone, I just convert it into some type of, I don't know, music, word, video, photos. Like, I just try to get it out there as much as I can. And I don't regret doing it. I don't regret sharing. Everybody's in the lab right now. The Weeknd dropped an album, and like 3 days later, he's like, I'm fucking bored. He went on IG. He's like, you guys want to hear the shit I'm working on? And he just like, he like dropped 4 tracks on IG Live.
Really?
That he's like working on. They're not even finished yet.
Wow.
Because he's like, I'm fucking bored.
I hope he pumps out an album. Because, sorry, I keep burping and stuff. Let me tell you, so, I'll be completely honest. I didn't have very high expectations going into this Weeknd album, just due to the fact that the last one he released, what was the
Starboy.
No.
Oh, MDM. My Dear Melancholy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was the EP, but yeah.
Well, that's the one I'm referring to.
Yeah.
That one, I don't know. I couldn't really get into it, and so like.
Hey, bro, he fucked Selena Gomez. He made an album about it.
Yeah, I know. Like, good for him. But it was so sad, the album.
Hey, imagine if you were fucking some prime meat and then it's
I've
gone.
been there, man. It's happened to me. Like, I get
Not
it.
Selena Gomez pussy, bro.
Okay, true.
All right, so kind of just to give you an idea, like, Selena Gomez was dating Justin Bieber.
Yeah, she's the belle of the ball, as they say.
And she was like, I want some black dick. And Abel was like, I can provide that. And he even made a track about that called Some Way with Nav.
Wait, it's about him providing black dick?
Yeah.
No way.
He's like, yeah, like, I know you were like fucking with her, but she just likes the way I fuck her and the way I eat her out. And you're feeling some way about it. It's called Some Way.
Dude.
Featuring Nav.
Who's this girl dating now?
I think she's back with Biebs. Or wait, maybe not. I don't know who the fuck she's... I don't. All I know is he made a track about...
How good is this girl's pussy?
He made a track about how he was hitting that.
You know, hold on, though.
And then, obviously, bro, if you stop hitting that, you're gonna...
Go crazy and make an album about it?
You're gonna make an album about that shit, bro. I mean...
I want to know how good Selena Gomez's pussy must be to have multiple pop artists going back and forth making songs about you and how good your pussy
bro,
is.
I'm pretty sure that shit's fire, bro.
Because I'm pretty sure when Justin Bieber was dating her, he came out with some of his best tracks.
Dude, I mean... I think we can both admit this, that some girls and some pussies just turn you into something that you wouldn't have, like, it's like heroin. You just can't get enough of it. And,
Man.
And it turns you into something else, bro.
Well, good for you, Selena Gomez. Like, you seem to have that shit on lock. There's a lot of demand in that market.
Sorry, but I like, you know, I had to explain to you, like, that shit must have been fire. So then you didn't like...
That shit must have been fire.
That shit must have been fire, bro. If you drop an EP about how good her pussy was and how much you miss it...
No, hey, I get it. I've had fire pussy. And then I've had it...
You haven't had it as good that you would drop a fucking EP about it, bro. Yeah, is it that good that you performed it at Coachella Live, bro? Like, is it that good that you went on stage in front of hundreds of thousands of people and said, I love this pussy and I miss this pussy so much? Because that's what My Dear Melancholy was about, is how much I miss your goddamn tight Selena Gomez pussy.
Hold on. That's like some caveman shit. See?
And broadcasting it to the world. Like, I fucking made you come, and you made me come, and like, I miss your fucking... I miss the horizontal activity.
And that album didn't do it, huh? It didn't get her back.
Oh, no.
Damn.
She's trying to, like, pretend that even happened.
Wow. So then he was like, well, fuck it. That was that. And now I'm going to make some fire. Which, good for him, man, because, well, I'll say this. So, like I said, went into this album with some kind of like neutral expectations. I don't know Weeknd makes good shit.
Yeah.
But I also know he makes some like very sad shit.
Yep.
That I couldn't get into.
Sad boy hours.
So I'll say this on the podcast. I don't give a fuck. I had not last weekend, but before that album dropped, I had gone out the Saturday night prior, and it was kind of like this is the last time we're all gonna ever be able to go out and enjoy, and like the white girl came out, like the cocaina and
Perico.
the yayo, as they say in the Bay Area. And anyways, the album came out on what day? Like a Sunday?
It was a Thursday night.
It's a Thursday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I had put some pants on that day. And for the strangest reason, literally maybe an hour before that album came out, I was digging in, like how your pants have a little coin pocket?
Yep.
For some fucking reason, I was digging in the little coin pocket, and guess what I find?
What'd you find?
Half a bag of cocaine.
There we go.
Just sitting.
Now we talking. This is the Plam Chowder After Hours edition. Let's go, baby. Let's get dirty.
I don't care. It's fine. By the way, if you don't do cocaine, if you haven't done cocaine in the last, 5 years, then you're probably boring. So if you don't, it's not your thing, whatever. I don't do it all the time, but it's pretty awesome. Anyways, I find this half a bag of cocaine in my pants. Did not expect to find that. It was like Santa Claus. Uber, it's like Santa Claus got laid off from the South Pole, and he had to work for Uber, and he was driving Uber Eats around, and he's like, I got some Christmas cheer for you, and he just dropped that off to me. Like that's how I felt. I was like, oh fuck.
This is what you do in your off season? Okay.
So I was like, I'm not gonna do this fucking blow on a Thursday night. No way. And then you texted the group chat. And you were like, hey, Abel's about to drop an album in like an hour.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, this is pretty good. If there's any a time to do half a bag of cocaine for no reason, this is one of those times. And so I had
is when the Weeknd drops a new album.
Yeah, and I had been hanging out on video chat on Zoom with like a bunch of people and drinking, some beers here and there and whatever, like taking a few shots with people just because it's Thursday, It was like one of the first weeks we were on quarantine, so everybody was kind of like trying to turn up.
Yeah.
So I was feeling kind of good.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Fuck it, man. Like, I'm going to fucking do this. Oh, and my friend had just got fired from work.
Yep.
My friend had literally just got fired from work that very morning, which I felt weird about. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it, dude. Like, I'm going to do this fucking bag of blow, and I'm going to listen to the Weeknd's album when it drops. I did a good 5-6 lines before that album dropped.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I was on a good one.
Oh, my God.
The album drops. The first song hits.
After Alone Again.
Alone Again. And the first like part of the track was like, okay, like whatever. And then the end of the track where he's just like, you know, like he just hits those vocals
100%.
so hard.
Yeah.
And it's like very spacey
Yep.
and like it's just so raw.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. Like, keep in mind, I'm high as fuck off blow right now. I feel like I'm at an 80s disco, literally. I felt like that was the greatest fucking shit I ever heard in my life. I was like, holy fuck, dude, I'm into this. I'm into this now. I'm going for this ride. And then, you know, the album progresses.
Yeah.
I forget which was one of the Snow Child, I think.
Snow Child. Oof.
Snow Child.
Snow Child gets to everybody.
Oh man, I was so into it. Like, he starts talking about like how he came up and stuff.
Yeah.
And fuck, dude, it like really resonated with me, and it gave me these feelings I haven't felt in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, and they always say art is what is it? Like, the definition of art is something that can invoke feelings in you, right?
Yep.
And it did that. And not a lot of music does that to me anymore. But that gave me such specific feelings in like remembering all these times in my life when I was struggling and like wanted to like just be great, and it made me like kind of have this weird flashback of my whole life, which was crazy.
Yeah.
So I like had all those feelings rush into me, and then another track hits and whatever, and like, and then it goes into like those like 80s style like disco beats.
I mean, you get into Escape from LA, which is playing right now. Then you get into Heartless. Then you get into Faith. Then you get to Blinding Lights, bro. And
yeah. Oh, when Blinding Lights hit, I lost it. Like, I was like, holy fuck, this is the best song I've ever fucking heard in my life. Like, it was that amazing. I felt like this was our, like your boy said, our generation's Michael Jackson.
yeah.
It hit me so hard. Like, I was so fucking into it and felt it so much. But, and then going farther down the album, he has a few tracks where he's kind of like talking about a girl that he had in the past, and like, I wish I could have like been this for you. Wish I could, would have been this way, whatever, right? And dude, like, I texted you guys. I was like, man, this motherfucker has got me all in my feelings, thinking about like my ex-girlfriend and all this shit, and I'm feeling so many emotions that, like, wow. No song or album or just anything in general in the past at least 5 years have ever invoked those type of emotions in me. On the first listen, too. So, man, like, that's art. That's true art.
Yeah, it is.
I don't, there's, how can I explain this? There's songs I enjoy because they just sound good.
Right.
They have like a good beat or whatever. Like,
good vibes.
You can dance to it, you can vibe to it, whatever.
Yeah.
But this album really made me feel something. It like, he took me through this journey, like this Picasso painting he was doing, like, and I felt like I was just going on this ride with him and feeling all these emotions and how they related to me in my life.
Yeah.
And all these crazy feelings came out of me that have just been like locked in the depths for years and years and years. And it's like the Weeknd just like unlocked the safe, and they just all rushed out at the same time. And I was just immersed with all these emotions and feelings. And after that album was over, I literally fucking just sat there and I was like, wow. Like, wow. Like, I haven't felt any of these feelings in a long time. And it just, now I feel better. And it made me feel better. Because it's almost like as if he took all these feelings inside of me and he just put them in like an audio form, like a almost like a masterpiece,
Yep.
where I could like look at it
Right.
on a and just be like, okay, it's out there, like it's like released. He released all these
Right.
feelings from that I didn't
He's
even
like,
know how to
this
get
is-
out.
This is the shit that I'm going through, and you were able to transcribe that into a music form.
Yes.
And like, I resonate with that shit. This is why I fuck with you. You know what I mean? Like, and for me, it's always been like that from the beginning when I discovered him. And different artists will invoke different emotions from you, like the way The Weeknd was able to get into your feels. I fuck with this artist really hard, and everybody makes fun of me, but I don't give a fuck. And that's Scarlord, bro. And like, I keep bringing him up because that's the other side of me. Because The Weeknd is like just my natural state, bro. I'm always in my feels. I'm always emotional. I'm always about thinking about exes and thinking about like just shit. But when I think about Scarlord, he's like my alter ego. He's the person that like I wish I was, and like when I go into the gym, I get all those frustrations, all the madness, all the anger, because I'm a very calm person. Like, I don't think you've ever seen me angry. Like, I'm just not that person.
I've never seen you angry.
I don't get angry, bro. Like, I'm not that person that like ever gets upset. Like, I am a very calm, cool, like down to the earth person. But when I listen to Scarlord, it's like that's when I get all the shit that I feel internally. He puts that like musically, and people don't understand that, bro. They listen to that shit like, oh, this shit's trash. I'm like, all right, it's just every artist, like artists will do that to you. Artists will either be resonate with what you're feeling, or you'll like them because of like what you're trying to get out.
I gotta look this up actually. Like, or actually, I don't have my laptop, but what was Extentation a Gemini? He had to be a fucking Gemini, dude. When was he born?
I think he was born in January, actually.
Oh wow, okay. Cause the reason I say that was when was he born?
January 23rd.
Okay.
Yeah.
The reason I say that is because he has a lot of like really hard, like angry, aggressive tracks,
Yeah.
and then he has a lot of super chill, like very in my feels tracks,
Right.
which not a lot of artists in that genre
Right.
have. So people tell me this shit all the time, like I'm a Gemini, like, and I didn't believe all this zodiac bullshit, but like it is kind of true. Geminis, we're like hot and cold. We're this and then we're that. So like when I hear artists like The Weeknd, I love the fact that he has like really happy tracks,
Yeah.
like Blinding Lights, but then he has these like really like sad tracks. Same thing with like Extentation.
Yeah.
And it was like a roller coaster ride, you know, like it's back and forth between the two mediums, the two emotions, and I always appreciate artists like that. I think Drake does that a lot too, but kind of like how you said, so you have this alter ego of this person like you want to be or whatever, right? Like I'm sort of the same way where like I listen to a lot of really energetic, hard, like upbeat music because that's part of my personality. But then the other half of my personality is like this like super chill, like literally The Weeknd is like the other half of my personality.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Like The Weeknd shit. Like this album, I feel like is like super like in my feels, analytical, like hella emotional, like passionate.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so there's the two.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is the first time I've heard an album that actually encapsulated like that other half of my personality. This is such a good fucking album.
Oh, it's the album of the year, and it's gonna be like people don't understand how great this album is.
You were right about him. You know, like you've been on the Weeknd's hype for a while.
From the beginning, and it's been a long ride, man. It's almost been 10 years, and I'm at a point in life where I'm like, I'm just glad that everybody else can like just even know who he is, because when I saw him, he had just dropped his first like studio album, and nobody gave a fuck about him. Like, I mean, you had like the people that were like into Drake, that kind of Drake put him on the light, but I mean, people didn't fuck with The Weeknd until he came out with Earned It, which was on like Beauty, and I hated his 2 albums that he made. I hated Beauty, I hated Starboy. Like, this is the first album in a long time that I'm like, finally, it's like people get to listen to him and like see the good side of him and see like the good music that he's capable of producing without the bullshit in between.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because like with Starboy, he had a few hits, and like I Can't Feel My Face, I remember was a big hit.
Yep.
But the thing about that song is that you can only listen to it for so long before you're kind of over it.
Yeah.
Like I always skip that track now.
Yeah.
I never listened to that song.
Yeah.
But prior to that, I know, like, because I had a lot of people that kind of like would put me on his shit, like before he was big. And his shit before he was big was, I'd say, more like this album, a little bit similar to it, a little bit similar to it. And then he got popular, and his stuff became way more poppy. I think he kind of like fell astray to like his real roots.
Right.
And I think this album is now just like this perfect mixture of who he is now and like his old style.
Yep.
With his like new style.
Yep.
And I love how he brought these like 80s beats back.
Oh my god,
dude. I love it. I fucking love it, dude. I love it. Like, this song's playing right now. This is Blinding Lights.
Yeah.
And dude, this song, and keep in mind, when I first heard this song, I was on so much cocaine. So I'm listening to this song right now, and it's just like it brings it back. Because the first time I ever heard this song, I was so fucking high off coke, and I felt like I was like at an 80s club in Miami or something.
Yeah.
And some like Vice City shit, and this song comes on, and I'm just like, fuck, like, oh, like I felt like Tony Montana, dude.
Yeah.
It felt great, man.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know who produced this song for him.
It's Max Martin, bro. This is Max Martin.
This shit is probably one of the best songs I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. This is a classic Max Martin like track. Next song is Max Martin. Like, he has like 4 or 5 songs in this album that he produced.
Was it all the 80s beats?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Dude, that's the Weeknd's like niche right there. You know, like, no one's doing that. Who the fuck is doing that? Nobody.
Yeah.
And honestly, when you really think about it, not a lot of people sing anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
You don't have a lot of music where it's like people just singing.
Right.
If you look back to like 80s, 70s,
Right.
90s, there was a lot of just like music of
Ballads.
Ballads, like just people singing.
Right.
That's not a thing anymore.
George Michael and like Prince and MJ, obviously, Michael Jackson.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and he's like classified as what, hip hop, right?
Who?
The Weeknd.
He's like R&B, I
Like
guess.
R&B, pop, hip hop, whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
he's all over the place.
but yeah, like, we don't get music like this anymore.
We don't. Yeah.
No, like, listen to that.
Yeah.
Man. He's just singing his heart out.
Oh, yeah.
Over a sick ass 80s beat.
Bro, it's the beat. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, his biggest influence was Michael Jackson, and it's pretty obvious throughout his career.
Oh, man.
He did a cover of Dirty Diana in his mixtape days. Like he's
this beat right here.
Oh yeah.
What song is this?
This is In Your Eyes, another classic Max Martin produced track.
It's so good.
It's Max Martin, baby. He knows, man. He knows.
Do you think we're gonna be seeing like a resurgence of 80s beats, or like?
I think like The Weeknd's the only one that kind of like has caught onto it. I don't think anybody is doing what he's doing.
Well, I say that because in the hip hop scene, I mean, we were taking. Remember that drive we were taking not too long ago?
Yeah.
And we're listening to the radio. It's the first time I had to listen to the radio in like a really long time.
Yeah.
And all these songs coming on the radio from these new artists were basically, it was beats that had been ripped off from the early 2000s.
Right.
Which
We
we
heard
grew
like
up with.
the Thong song was sampled.
Yeah, it was like 3 songs in a row. It was like
It was
all,
like, what the fuck, dude?
all beats that were from the early 2000s.
Oh boy got sampled.
Yeah. And the thing with that is, okay, cool. Like, we remember it,
Right.
but that's
People
not to
don't
say.
know.
Like, people like my little brother's age, they probably don't know.
Yeah.
Because, he wasn't even,
Right. Yeah.
So, is that not kind of the same thing?
Right now?
Well, no, like when we were growing up and Kanye West would sample a lot of, like soul music and stuff.
Yeah.
From, what was it, I don't know, the 70s, 80s or
Right.
whatever. And we hadn't, that was new to us.
Yeah.
Because I didn't listen to that shit.
Yeah.
But to
People that
So-
grew up in that era, they're like, I know the original.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's sort of like we're seeing a resurgence of like these patterns.
I think it's brilliant because, I mean, we grew up in the 90s and we don't really fuck with the 80s like that. So like for us, it's like, okay, like I can understand this. Like I kind of remember like some of these like vibes, but like for people that are growing up now, they're like, this is amazing.
Yeah. They have no idea.
They have no idea that this is like an 80s vibe.
Right.
Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Because the 80s were sort of skipped. Like, we knew about it because, obviously,
Right.
media or whatever, but, yeah, like what they call the new generation, like the Zoomers or whatever, they don't know about this shit at all.
We have millennials, and then we have Gen Z.
That's a shit name, Gen Z.
Yeah, but like there's Gen X, which is like 80s. But like I do agree that like people will listen to this and not understand like this is like a throwback. Like the saxophone, bro. God damn, the saxophone in this song, bro.
But when's the last time you heard a saxophone on a new track?
Right.
That just came out and
Right.
from like a big artist.
Right.
You know? And not only that, but it's so well mixed and so well produced. It doesn't sound old.
Right.
It's, you listen to this right now, right? And it's literally, this could have been a big track in the 80s. If you
Yeah.
had just taken this little, 15-second clip
Oh yeah.
of the saxophone and the beat.
No, you can take the whole track and be like, this is an 80s track, bro.
Yeah.
This could have been big in the 80s.
Right. Like, even this song right here.
Yeah. Oh, this is my favorite song of the album, bro. Save Your
I
Tears.
love this song.
Save Your Tears?
It's so fucking
Save
good.
Your Tears is so good.
But, oh my God, this is so good. Jesus Christ. Like,
It's so good, bro.
Jesus, dude. Like, oh, when I heard this song, forget about it, man. My head almost exploded. It was so good. I think this album is what finally made me kind of like have closure on my last relationship. I'm serious.
Oh, wow.
Seriously, dude. Like, there was still like a few tiny little specks of dust like that hadn't settled in my mind from that relationship. And this album sort of kind of like came in there and swept it up.
Damn.
It was seriously. I don't know if it's because I was on like hella coke at the time when I heard it, but I feel like it fleshed out my system.
Yeah. I mean,
and that's saying a lot, man, because you don't get a hip hop album these days that do that to you at all. Not even close.
yeah, he's from a different era, man. I feel like this whole album is just like, yo, like, this is like, I was born in the wrong era. That's how I feel about Abel. It's like, I was born in the wrong era, bro. Like,
No, like he wasn't.
I think like he's bringing it out to us now, you know. But it's like, fuck, dude.
This guy is so fucking talented, man. He sold, from what I read, 457,000 units in the first week.
More than that.
We just blew everybody out of the fucking
Yeah.
water like crazy,
Yeah.
dude. So, Selena Gomez, save your tears for another day, because your boy's rich as fuck now. This guy's like probably one of the best artists in the world.
He is the best artist in the world, and he's ironically alone. So it's like,
I love how he doesn't care too. Like, he had that music video where he was like licking a toad.
yep,
And having like these LSD like
trips.
and
Yep.
shit. Like, dude, he doesn't care about
That
doing
was
the
Heartless, Metro Boomin.
Yeah, he doesn't care about doing the whole like, I'm a thug, I'm hard, or I'm cool, or like I
Yeah.
have money, or like whatever. Like, he's licking toads.
Yeah,
Like, he's just doing his thing.
yeah,
Man. It's beautiful.
yeah.
I wish more people did that.
It's like, for me, it's like it's a long time coming, man. It feels great that like everyone's starting to respect him. In 30 minutes in, we're gonna wrap this shit up, B.
We might split this up into 2 episodes. I mean, we'll see. Whatever. Like, 2 hours ain't that crazy for a podcast. But anyways, MeUndies.com, even though they don't sponsor us, and hit their shit up, yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we're gonna keep continuing the content. We really don't have much to do these days, so be looking forward to at least like 12 episodes this season.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening. Please wash your filthy fucking hands, because I know they're filthy. And just stay positive during these times. We're going to be pushing out content like crazy to keep y'all entertained. And just keep it going.
Keep it positive. We'll beat this shit.